Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors in Winston, Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning, starting the week off with a good show like Panhandle Outdoors, and we appreciate your viewership and all the comments y'all send us. We appreciate it and the support we get from our sponsors and you supporting our sponsors. It's sort of a win-win for everyone. So let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High 85, low around 73, water temperature at 82 degrees this morning. Today's May 20th. We're on the downhill side of May, if you can believe it or not. So it's been a beautiful month. It really has. On Monday, we'll like to do the moon phase. So we're going to pause a minute and talk about the May moon, because Thursday it will be the full moon of the month of May. And it goes back, I've told you over and over again, over the years, for 19 years now, the month of May has been special to May full moon, because my dad, he always would go 3 days before the full moon of May, which is now, and maybe 3 days after the full moon of May. It'd go a little bit in, but that was over the years, his lifetime. Those were times that he was able to freshwater fish in Teloja Creek, and he never came out of there without a big mess of fish. And it always, when I was little, I didn't pay any attention to it, but as I got older, I just had a deep admiration for my dad's philosophy of the full moon of May, 3 days before and 3 days after, just passing that on to you. All right, move on to the saltwater side. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. The moon phase brought to us, of course, by Panama City Coca-Cola. And now the tide chart, looking on May the 20th, we sort of neap tides today and tomorrow. But look, we're looking at, starting about Wednesday, Thursday, we have about 7 or 8 straight days of really good, strong tides. I mean, so the weekend is shaping up as, this tidal flow this weekend is going to be great. You see the full moon having a lot of effect on it, with full moon Thursday night and some really strong tides afterwards. So nature has always been fascinating in looking at different parts that we have no control over it. We have so much control over, electronics in the fish and all that, but nature is going to do what it's going to do. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're going to take a look at some pictures, and it's always interesting to me, the different pictures we talk about. Y'all have been so good about sending them. This first one is Captain Brock Meyer. Y'all remember Brock? We were at Studio B when he first came on my show, coming out from North Alabama. His name of his business now is Grinning Angler Charters. So he had Connor Boss and Scott Wood, and what he did, he caught some to eat, and then he went out and caught some jacks. And here's one of the customers here on his boat. But what I was going to tell you about, what was good about Brock, he came down, number one, he just had a love for fishing. He didn't really know anything about the fishing in this area, and he didn't go online and all that. He just went out there and learned how to fish, and first put together a surf fishing guide service, and I gave him some tips on surf fishing, just some basic tips and what to look for. And he was very, very thankful, and he just went out there and just did it, practiced it, had some success and some failures, and so then he started a little surf fishing guide business. And then he was fortunate enough to run into a fellow who had a boat and lived out of town, but said Brock could use his boat. So Brock, I don't know if he bought him a boat yet or not, but that's how he got started with really near shore. He don't go offshore, but he has some near shore fishing. That's his specialty. So anyway, now talking about taking trips, dad and son taking a trip. A good friend of mine. This is Brad Richardson. Bill Richardson used to teach biology up there at Moser for a long time. He retired. His son Brad works for Florida DEP, Department of Environmental Protection, and they went out. They had let's get it right. A glorious day. They went to Lake Seminole on the upper end. You have 5 fish hauled in, 5 catfish that weighed a total of 60 pounds. Even explored hidden Peacock Lake. So we got a couple of pictures here, but you imagine, catching that many fish for 60 pounds. There's Dad right there, wait a minute. But All these are different fish. That's 3 right there. And look on the backwater. That's that old muddy water coming down from Georgia in Lake Seminole. But it's very fertile water. Beautiful area on the upper end of Lake Seminole. We'll talk about the catfish. Here's Brad again. I know they had a good time. They hit it right. Okay, good job, Brad and Bill Richardson. Okay, over here in Weewall, if anyone needs good bush hook weight or just weights in general, let me know. My company makes all types of weight, can ship as well. You will not beat my prices anywhere around. This is Corey Williams. So here, okay, on Stone Mill Creek Road, Corey Williams, Got Your Lead Company 2 is the name of it. He's the owner and operator, and he just sells at wholesale and retail right there at his place. Makes his own weights and all, which is that's a good deal right there. So check them out. How deer hunters watch baseball games without a ticket. We've had a high school baseball season, which I haven't seen this. I don't know where this is, but I just thought that was humorous there because I think I'd go and pay my ticket price right there. This is not local, but I ran across this, and this young man here in the Nationals shot a perfect score of 300. There's only 2 that's ever accomplished that in Nationals, and he's Gunnar Couch is the name out of Louisville, Kentucky. But I mean everything he shot was bullseyes in the national tournament. So that's incredible. All right, moving on. Another family trip, Blake Sutherland. This is taking a little boy fishing, brim, catfish, frogs, and hot dogs. What more could a kid want? So it's Blake and his dad and his son down here in Weewall. So he's happy now. There's Tim. That's 3 generations of Sutherlands, and they've been catfishing. And they come back, and it don't get any better than that. Hot dog and French fries and some ketchup to dip it in. All right. Go ahead and keep this on your calendar. Really, it's only about less than a month away. June the 15th. It's a 1-day tournament now. Down in Carabel, it's Sea Quarters Kingfish Shootout. It's 21st one, and we've been to every one of them. First place is $5,000, and they have red snapper now. They put it in a couple years ago. First place red snapper is $5,000, and Spanish is $2,000. But the most important part is that bottom line. All profits go to the Leukemia Research Foundation, and we certainly supported that for a long time. We're proud to do it. I want to hold your hand at 8 and say, baby, let's go fishing. I'm going to buy that for Gail. All right, a couple more. Hey, okay, here, right here. This is a message to me. Hey, it's Casey, Edward, and Samuel there. My wife, with a 22-inch trout she caught by the Southport Bridge. A gar I snapped a picture of, and a squirrel from our camping trip at Topsail State Park campsite. A couple of pictures real quick. There's a gar. They just come over from the dam. There's his. That's a nice fish right there. Good job. And I said, and then think about when you go camping, you always see nature at its finest. There you go. He's looking for a hot dog. Okay. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. There's always a lot of interest in our different areas we can get permission to go in. And recently, the last couple of years, we've been talking about the tendril situation with the base becoming more sophisticated now, sort of closing a lot of it out. I know in the past it was fairly well open as a training base, but we talked about what we do. I'm going to just show you right here. You go to tendril, right at the top. I just want to show you what we did. It says tendril, iSportsman.net is what you hook into. So it comes out when you open up his page. Okay, it has permits, check in and check out, alerts, news, new members, register. And this is right here. Welcome to Tendril Air Force Base Outdoor Recreational Program. All permits must be purchased online. So you don't need to go there anymore in person. And then it goes all the instructions on how to do it. You register. First of all, get an account. Okay, then click log in, and it's all pretty self-explanatory. Permits, all sales final, no refunds, but anyway, course, last night I went ahead and I was just looking to log in. Okay, hit log in there, and then it gives you information. So each one of these, check in, check out. So I was looking, I thought it may give alerts and news without checking in, just keeping people. But anyways, that's coming soon, up in our left-hand corner, coming soon. So they haven't got the alerts and news in yet. So I just wanted to share that with you. One of the things too, he's talking about different things as far as hunting and fishing, and Tyndall is a jewel of a place. It's a little more difficult to get in now, but I want to show you. Let's go to Tyndall Air Force Base on Google Earth real quick, right here. I'm going to zoom in on it. Okay, of course, right there in the center, of course, is the bridge, but on the left side, on the west end there, it's sort of populated, but believe it or not, there's some big deer in there. One time, they were talking about doing some different things, but anyway, working from left to right, of course, you come in, you got the airstrip and all that area, but then, you've got these inland waterways, they're really good. And then down here, you've got the airstrip, and they're really doing some amazing construction out there, and adding, all this area right here is going to sort of be filling up. And I sort of hate it, but I understand why they're having to do it. And all this area through here, this is all Tyndall. And then you got a really large area here, okay? And then you're coming into, of course, Mexico Beach is right there. So that's the end of it right there. And of course, Mexico Beach is just exploding as far as construction. And right there in the center of the screen, and whatever, not Tyndall, that area there, will be solid houses, this far apart and that high. So it's just things that are coming. So be aware of that. But I'll get a permit. There's some freshwater lakes there, Felix Lake, different lakes and all, and the great archery hunting. And it's growing back good as far as the vegetation. Always eagles out there. So Tyndall is a good place to hunt. I used to hunt and fish years ago. I don't much anymore, but I do know it, and it's great wade fishing too. So anyway, let's move on to the next subject I started thinking about. Here it is, graduation. I mean, all of a sudden, these kids are graduating. I've seen the teary-eyed moms and the excited kids all the last couple of weeks, and I know we'll this week too. And I got to thinking, we always encourage our young people to, do some outdoor stuff. So I'm thinking we always do graduation presents. It's still fashionable to do graduation presents and receive announcements. We still get old school announcements, and we enjoy getting them. We have, cousins, kids, and grandkids, and I know y'all have the same thing too. We always try to get them something, and I started thinking, well, we want to get them an outdoor. So I made a list of 10 outdoor things real quick for graduation presents for our outdoor girls, outdoor boys. This is high school or college. Okay, number one, how about just go buy them a kayak? I'm serious, go down to Sunjammer and buy them a kayak. That'd be nice. If you can't afford it, get them some archery equipment. You saw that kid shot a 300. Get them. I've never seen a kid not enjoy archery when we started teaching it to them, and that's for years. So they do enjoy it. I mean, they want to do it their whole life and all, but it's very recreational and a lot of fun too. Shoot the balloons and all. Okay, number three, some kind of boat accessories. A lot of kids, I know they don't have boats, but some of them do have boats, and some of them are getting boats. So any kind of boat accessories, anywhere from paddle to electronics, some kind of good wear, or also another, I just thought about this one, I didn't write it down, talking about boats. How about a really nice life jacket, a really nice brand new flotation life jacket? And that is something good. I just wrote that down. Number four, just snorkeling and diving equipment. They may want to get into diving, some shallow water, deep water diving. They certainly would enjoy snorkeling out behind Shell Island and Choctawhatchee Bay. That's a good idea. Number five, fly fishing gear. You can get some really nice fly fishing gear, get a package of it, the whole gear, the flies and the vest and everything, and you can learn how to fly fish pretty quick. Number six, I put an asterisk by number six. How about one of these new custom-made rods that Steve Taylor does? You get them in custom colors. We've seen them here on the show, FSU, garnet and gold, or orange blue gators, or red and white Georgia, or Alabama, the rod shafts are so lightweight now, and the eyes, everything is so, the technology of the rods over the years have gone really, really well as far as lightweight. That right there, can last them a lifetime, a customized wrap rod, and and you can put a name on it and the college or whatever. Okay, that was number 6. Number 7, so, well, you get them a new reel because some of my technology, I've got a lot of these old reels, and the technology on reels has been amazing. About the last 10 to 12 years, 10 to 15 years, how the technology has boomed as far as lightweight, gear ratio and everything. It's really been something. So a new reel is a good idea. Number 8, any kind of equipment for camping, backpacking, hiking, just getting out in the woods and doing some stuff, some good boots or walking stick and any kind of stuff, a nice lightweight backpack, any kind of backpacking and camping stuff. Number 9, a gift certificate, especially to Blue Water Outriggers, because they have everything. I'm not big on gift certificates, but at times it's a great idea. We've given them at times, especially something like this, that they can go pick out what they want to get for the summer, going off to college. And number 10, this is interesting now. I tell you what, I'm gonna wait till we come back because I want to spend some time on number 10. I tell you what it is, an outdoor adventure. So I'll give you the background to it all, on why we do this for young people. So let's take a break. We'll come back and finish this up. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at 9:24 to 11:24 this morning, and tonight 9:45 to 11:45. And what I was talking about, to wrap it up, and I want to go ahead and expand the customer base, not just for graduates, but for your husband or for your wife or for a good friend. This is a great present. We don't talk about it enough. It's called, I just call it Outdoor Adventures. And I really started back, in class one day, years ago, I started thinking about, I told the kids, I said, I tell you what, here's your assignment. I want you to I'll come up with, if you have your dream, I wrote on the board, your dream outdoor adventure, wherever you go, I'm going to say, I want your assignment is you're going to get in front of the class and explain to people where you're going to go. I said, cost is no, I don't care what it costs, just do whatever you want to do, and just your dream outdoor vacation, because I try to give them something to look forward to in outdoors, and they did, a lot of them, but they came up with some really cool stuff. I mean, fly fishing and, in Montana because the river runs through it. Someone want to go to Australia and doing all kind of outdoor adventures, and they would have some exciting reports, but they had to do the cost of it, the airfare and all that, but it was really, so this sort of carries over to that. So here's some outdoor adventures you can give as a gift. I've got 7. Okay, number 1, and this is not that expensive. Go to the Keys and a lobster trip. During lobster season, set up a trip. You have guides down there. And I've seen so many pictures over the years of young people and grown people loving the lobster trips. Number 2, and I've done this one, go tarpon fishing in Boca Grande. I know you can catch some tarpon here, but we want to go on an adventure trip. And just that area there has so much history and heritage of tarpon fishing in Boca Grande. That was a wonderful, unforgettable trip. Number 3, we mentioned it, a fly fishing weekend or week fly fishing in North Carolina, Arkansas, Colorado, Montana, a fly fishing trip. And you might want to hook up with some friends and all doing this. Number 4, I've done this, but not on a guided boat, but I've had some friends that do it, and some friends go out there in Louisiana and just go red fishing and or speckled trout fishing. The speckled trout limit in Louisiana, I think it's still 30 apiece. And the redfish, I think it's 10 apiece, something incredible. But that is ground zero as far as that. Number 5, same way on Louisiana trip, I've been on this, go tuna fishing out there. You've seen me do it. I've done it 5 or 6 times now, tuna fishing out there. Venice, coming out of Venice and going to the oil rigs, and that's some unforgettable trips. That was number 6. Not 5. Number 6, how about Costa Rica, going to Costa Rica? I haven't done that one yet, but I've had a lot of people I know have gone there and just had a ball. There's a lot of, you can see land and you're catching marlin, and we see, so that's a wonderful trip. Number 7, simply go bass fishing at Lake Okeechobee or some of those Central Florida lakes with these giant bass. That I know bass fishing guys really like that. But anyway, those are some of the dream trips you can go on, okay? So now I want to go, this is, getting back here locally, after you finish your dream trip, you want to come back and still go fishing down here locally. So I was checking, I on my Friday fishing report, I'm always checking these different sites. I want to show this to you right here. This is going to be the Choctawhatchee River Fishing. This is one of the websites right here, Choctawhatchee River Fishing. Let's get it right. Okay, I just want to scroll through it instead of me showing you pictures. Choctawhatchee River Fishing at its finest. It's on Facebook. So I'm just going to scroll through it here, Jim. This is all within the last week or two. 15 hours ago, my first flathead catfish, Jim Carson right there. Then some questions. How about Kevin Redmond? Look at that mess of fish and big catfish. Scrolling on through. Bubba registered. Took the lady out to Mother's Day. This was last week fishing trip and got a nice mess. J.B. Hillard, we know him well. Okay, he plugs into that website. Okay. Then we'll go down. This is all one website. 23 catfish and 250 brim. Then go to Joe Carroll, the Carroll family. Tailgate picture, some nice catfish. Choctawhatchee River, folks, I've told you about Roy Rushing. Look at that mess of fish right there. And moving on down, let's see. And then they have, this is just some other fish, some Jay Hillard. And anyway, so, and also one of them was talking about the deer flies. That's a dark one, then the yellow flies, and they're all out there too. I wanted to get, but anyway, if you want to check out these websites, if you're on Facebook, there's one now for every spot available. They have a Choctawhatchee River, Choctawhatchee Bay, Destin Fishing, and all that. So I plugged into all of them. I sort of scanned through them real fast as part of doing the famous Friday fishing report. I want to get into to scalloping because before I do though, the Safe Boating Week, and we got a lot of that. And also we have coming up the brim, this tournament coming up here. Let me go back to this picture here. It's this weekend, okay? A week from today is Memorial Day, okay? So here we go. I want to mention this, James Madison Memorial Brim Fishing Tournament. I've talked about it before. Saturday, May 25th, this weekend. And also you can go down there and get a nice plate of fish for $10, fresh fish. So Leon and Chuck Mathis and all that goes to the Shaddai Temple, and you know the good work they do with that money. It's amazing at some of the things they do and with young people and all, and helping people out. So it's a win-win for everybody. I don't have time to get into scallops. I've come up with some. We're going to talk about scalloping pretty soon and get the date set for everybody. But I want to talk about what we're going to do about the limits and the time will go. But anyway, I've run out of time again. I appreciate the viewership. I tickle because I have things left. I never get through my whole show, but anyway, glad to do it, and appreciate you watching the show. Do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.